Hello everybody, it's vanburman here. Welcome to today's video. And I just wanted to say that it's only been yesterday since I said I was going to come back and make videos, but now I am coming down with a cough and a sore throat. So we'll have to see how long me being able to talk on camera will last. And I mean, I will try and do some other stuff, but it might just have to be some sort of silent playthrough or something along those lines, or maybe, you know, some intuitive video editing that takes up far too much time. But there you go. Today I wanted to talk about Final Fantasy 15. There's been a lot of new content that's been released showing off the game and the various aspects of it, and the impression that I'm personally getting from it is that it could well be the last Final Fantasy that we see. I've always said that I felt as though they've gone too far away from the goal and the vision and what made Final Fantasy such a great game, such a great series. And it seems as though they are going further away from that even more. I remember when Skyrim came out, and obviously that did amazingly well, and Square-Enix came out and said, you know, that's how they want to base their games, or how they see their games developing. Obviously they've seen the massive success and they think they can do it, or do it as well, or do it better perhaps. But in the world I think that they've created Final Fantasy 15, it's a bit of a different story. I mean, it seems to go sort of along the same lines, or at least there are lots of similarities, at least, with Final Fantasy 13. Now, I remember when 15 was first released as 13 Verses, that you know, they said that there was a link between the two games, but there wasn't like a physical link between them, but they were both connected together somehow. And obviously, of course, they scrapped that, and then they just released it as the full-fledged Final Fantasy rather than as an extra game. But I do see a lot of where they were coming from with it. From what I've gathered, they've made a really big what's looking like a semi sort of open world map. I mean, there doesn't seem to be any boundaries from what I've seen on the mini maps and that sort of stuff, which is nice, I guess, but it's not really what I'm after in a Final Fantasy game. I know that obviously technology's developed and gamers have different habits now, and maybe I'm the one that's out of touch with it. But personally, it's not a game I'm looking forward to playing. I mean, I still will. Assuming it comes out for the PC, I won't be going out and buying a console to play it. But if it does come out on the PC, I will play it, and I will give my honest opinion on it, and I will try and give it as fair a chance as I can. You know, even though, despite the fact I'm sitting here calling it out, saying it's going to be the last one. But we very often criticise the things that we love the most, I think, just as people in general. So you maybe have to take what I'm saying with a pinch of salt. I don't know about the battle system. I'm not a big fan of guns in RPG games. Not really. I did enjoy Mass Effect, but you know, that is very shoehorned into the whole sci-fi space setup. Whereas Final Fantasy I always saw it as a bit more like medieval with a bit of the sci-fi science fiction in there. You know, like the gun blades and that sort of stuff. I think I really liked Final Fantasy 7 as well, but you know, the main weapons normally have been swords, and of course they are in 15 from what I've gathered. It still looks like you can only control one character. I'm really not a big fan of that, and you know, you've got your AI characters doing what they will. In a game like that, I want to be able to control my characters, every single one, and formulate my own strategies in that way, rather than giving the AI a vague structure in which to go by, and hoping that they make the right decisions at the right times. Because I found that killed me a few times in Final Fantasy 13, having to rely on the AI to do certain things. You know, I really want someone to heal, but or I really want someone to do a specific action to keep one of my characters alive potentially. But when I'm only in control of lightning, and I'm trying to get the stagger up so that I can actually do damage to this, you know, boss or creature, or just one of the flans that for some reason takes 7 minutes to kill in a battle, and personally not a big fan of that. I want to have control over each of my characters. I don't know if it's something that will come back again. Final Fantasy will try and bring that back in any form, but from what I've seen from 15, it's looking like we're going very much down, far more down the Western RPG style rather than the Japanese RPG style, and that's a big shame because there's not many people making JRPGs anymore, and like I said, you can't really classify Final Fantasy as that. So it is a shame. There's no mega in terms of a mega mainstream, e.g. the new generations of console and PC releases that are doing that. It's all going over to handheld now, which is a shame, a big shame for me personally, because there's no reason you can't integrate the technology and the graphics that we've got now and use it to enhance how you tell a story, deliver a story, set the mood. And we've gone so far away from that, I feel, that it's more about the instant, perhaps, gratification of the player's experience rather than the grinding aspect of it that Final Fantasy can be. But I don't know. You take the smooth with the rough in that sort of situation. You know that if you grind, you're going to be beefy and you're going to kick some ass in battle. So you have to take it to get the advantages, or do that to get the advantages, or you don't grind and you struggle along and try and formulate the best strategies to beat any given bosses. But I am rambling on a bit now about it. It is something I'm very passionate about, as well as I'm passionate about this channel, but I'm not sure where the future lies for Final Fantasy. I feel quite disappointed at the minute with what I've seen, and no doubts I will feel more disappointed as the game gets closer to release, because of course it's not going to be out this year. It will be out next year. I don't know, well, we're just not sure when. But on a positive note, at least, I am looking forward to the new Dragon Age game. They look like they've made a good amount of improvements from the second one, and it looks like it's at least worth a try. And it probably is. Well, it will be one that I'll be putting on the channel, so you have to join me for that. Anyway, guys, I can feel my my voice or my throat starting to hurt a bit. So I'm going to shut up now and say thank you much for watching. If you got any comments or questions, leave them down below. I'll reply. If it's good enough, I'll make a video on it. And I'll see you all very soon, guys. Goodbye.